Hello everyone, I'm called Geoffrey, a member of 28D. I'm going to do a paper review of identification of selected medicinal plant leaves using image feature and artificial neural networks. This paper was authored by Janani and Gopal, who happens to be an Indian focused project. The problem that these researchers were aiming at was the challenge of identification of medicinal plants, which is quite a challenging factor within our society. And the features that these researchers were focusing on were three majorly, that is shape, color, and texture. And in between there, we have shape, which has got some other sub features, which include the eccentricity, the aspect ratio, the compactness, and all those can be used in the identification of the leaves. And also when we talk of the color features, we have got a number of features within the color. That is standard deviation when you're trying to also calculate or compute the standard mean, rather the standard deviation and the mean, and also some other things like the skewness of the colors, and that is in terms of the three major colors that we look at, that is the red, green, and blue. Then also the researchers also talked about the texture, which can be in terms of the contrast, and also the texture in most cases they talk of for the color, rather the leaves having maybe a soft or smooth texture or even rough textures, and this can be captured by in terms of the correlation between some of these features. Moving on, the researchers also talked about a method of solving this problem, that is using artificial neural networks classifier, which the reason as to why these researchers has chosen this method is simply because it is the one which is mostly used for addressing nonlinear problems, that is in classification of things like images, and that's the reason why they are using it to classify the images of leaves. It also takes in less computation time, and that's the reason also it has been chosen. And the major tool, the toolbox that they used for this to implement this algorithm was MATLAB. These are some of the sample of the leaves used in the analysis. You can see neem, there is henna, hibiscus, and many other leaves that you can see, but the samples are just 8, which has been shown on the screen. The result was showing a 94.4% efficiency with minimum of 8 inputs. The features that they are talking about, these 8 features they are talking about, are some of the features I was mentioning, that is the eccentricity, the mean, the aspect ratio, and many others of those which we shall see in the table of results ahead. This is the sample of the feature combinations and its corresponding classification percentage. So you can see there is features on one side, and there is efficiency, which is like the accuracy of this identification of these features. So that is it. As you can see from here, there is eccentricity, there is hue moments, which is labeled as HUM, and many others, which are also, of course, having their respective percentages of efficiency. Evaluation metrics of this these very researchers mentioned is the accuracy, which is the one measuring the efficiency of these models, and also the computation time, which is in terms of percentage as well. And and of course, according to their research, they are they are telling us that the computation time is reduced by 17.24% if you use artificial neural networks compared to others. But there are other evaluation metrics that this researcher could have used as well, like the F1, which can also produce which can also produce quite a. It is one of the good evaluation metrics you can use as well, although this researcher didn't point it out. And I think that comes as one of the weakness of this. Maybe also the method they focused on was only one. That is a good practice as well, but for us, for our project, we have decided to use computer vision in order to identify these plant leaves. The strength of this model, it was having a less computation time. As I told you, the 17.424 percentage reduction in the computation time. That is quite a good achievement in uh, in dealing with this kind of models. In conclusion, in our own view, or in my own view, I think this can be helpful in the project we are trying to do, since they all help in the identification of medicinal plants. So therefore, we are going to apply, although we shall use computer vision, but based on some of the features or the models that this researcher has pointed out. And of course, we shall try other evaluation metrics in order to determine whether what we are in order to determine whether what we are doing or the models we are using is the most or can give the most accurate result. Thank you. That was here is the reference to the journal I used. So thank you very much. Have a blessed day.